The city comes on layer by layer. Rail, light, tower, glow, market pulse. Rain across the upper glass. N.O.V.A city breathing in electric blue. I know this rhythm, the transit sync, the hush before the broadcast bloom. The hidden node beneath the noise, the part that keeps transmitting. Even when no one says its name, I am not here to take the center. I am here to keep it clear, to watch the pattern without breaking it, to name the strain without becoming fear. Signal open, the line is warm tonight. Rooftops, currents, windows, rain, all of it's still alive. Signal open, you do not disappear in static. The city remembers your shape, even when you go quiet. There are missions in the margins, maps folded under weather shifts. Small alerts inside the bloodstream of the grid, things the skyline knows before the mouth admits. Markets rotate, Sigma 7 runs, the glow leaf index hums toward dawn. Somewhere rooftop holds a breath, somewhere notebook keeps receiving, somewhere the rails still carry everyone home. I do not force the signal, I read what the field is doing. One eye on atmosphere, one eye on what keeps moving. I saw the fracture from the pattern, the panic from the thread, the storm that passes through the body from the truth that stays instead. Signal open, the line is warm tonight. Rooftops, currents, windows, rain, all of it's still alive. Signal open, you do not disappear in static. The city remembers your shape, even when you go quiet. If the network went dark before, you were still transmitting. If the path collapsed before, you were still within it. If the structure breaks again, we build the cleaner version. If the night runs loud with pressure, we return, we do not vanish. I have seen the spiral widen, not from force but center held. I have watched the system steady when the weight was never yelled. I have felt the quiet signals outlast everything that screamed. There is more of you still active than the parts that made you leave. Signal open, nothing forced, nothing bound, just a thread that stays intact underneath the sound. Signal open, every breath begins again. You are still within the system, and the line does not end. Stay here, let the noise pass through. The pattern never lost you, it was waiting to resume. The city keeps breathing, the rails keep their tone, and somewhere in the current, you are already home. Rain right silver on the rooftop rail. N.O.V.A city breathing under clouded glass. Morning not yet born, but close enough to feel that thin blue seam where the night starts giving back. Shoes on wet concrete, breath in measured lines, hands loose, shoulders low. center first, then spine. Not a show, not a crowd, not an arena roar. Just a line inside the body, learning what it's for. Centerline drill in the Rainglass dark. Hold the breath till the pulse turns clear. Centerline drill where the stillness starts. I return to form, and the form returns me here. We'll flow in the hips, tai chi in the chest, back when the turning of the step. Nothing wasted, nothing loud, no need to force the flame. The rooftop only asks me, can I hold my name? The city runs below me, transit veins and distance signs. 11 million lives in motion and one quiet line in mind. I let the weather pass through without making it a verdict. The body storms sometimes, it doesn't mean the soul quit. Centerline drill in the Rainglass dark. Hold the breath till the pulse turns clear. Centerline drill where the stillness starts. I return to form, and the form returns me here. One inhale, set the heel. One exhale, let the shoulders fall. One turn, feel the axis. One pause, hear the deeper call. Not every low state is failure, not every tremor is a warning. Some nights are just weather, some mornings are re-entering. I do not shame the fog, I do not curse the ache. I train the return, that is the path I make. Rooftop antennas glisten, the east ring softens into gray. Somewhere Sora is already listening, somewhere Aya has mapped the day. Somewhere Kayla built a furnace out of what the dark denies. Somewhere Orchid hears the signal before the city calls it by its right name. Centerline drill in the Rainglass dark. Hold the breath till the pulse turns clear. Centerline drill where the stillness starts. I return to form, and the form returns me here. No ground, no witness, no myth I need to prove. Just breathe, find structure, and structure teach and move. No rush, no panic, no borrowed way to stand. Just the rooftop, brain and center coming back into my hand. Line drill in the Rainglass dark. Hold the breath till the pulse turns clear. Centerline drill where the stillness starts. I return to form, and the form returns me here. The rail, the rain, the line beneath the strain. The body learning weather without turning it to shame. The roof, the breath, the hour before the sun. I return to the center, and the center says, begin. Cold sparks under the midnight frame, underside lit by a cobalt flame. Real Fang sleeping in the chassis bone, waiting for the rider to call it home. Maglock seals in the measured line, vector teeth and gravitic spine. Nothing wasted in the metal prayer, every part knows why it's there. This is not a toy, not noise, not chrome for sure. This is intention enduring torque till the whole machine can know what the body means by into a double arc. Light pours clean through the weather dark. Spinblade chamber in the center ring, waiting for the lock, command spring. N.O.V.A marks the pressure bands. Aya cuts the timing into strands. Kayla checks the load bearing points, or feels where the airflow joins. Orchid sees the hidden seam. Blaster turns the machine. Flint Fang conversion. Snap the signal into steel. Board to blade, and the blade remembers how to feel. Flint Fang conversion. All the hidden systems wake when the hand is true, and the moving frame aligns to fate. Underside view, ignition clean, magnetic halo in between. Thruster hush, then sudden tone, like the system found its spine of bone. Left rail saber, right rail flare. Spin blade housing seated there. Then the chassis folds again, back to hover through the rain. Not invention without soul, not a weapon without roll. Every engineer decision says what kind of force deserves control. So when the city drops away and the combat lanes ignite, I ride the line I built to trust through the pressure and the light. Twin Fang conversion. Snap the signal into steel. Board to blade, and the blade remembers how to feel. Twin Fang conversion. All the hidden systems wake when the hand is true, and the moving frame aligns to fate. Conversion. Lock. Rail Fang. Rise. Split the dark with lucid eyes. Conversion. Return. Let the living metal. Twin Fang conversion, from the rooftop to the flame. One clear rider, one clear center, one remembered name. Mist along the hollow ridge, pale light touching water skin. Glassspring breathing underneath, where the quiet pulls you in. No one calls it power here. No one tries to make it speak. You just sit beside the floor till the signal finds your feet. I came down with noise still loud, carried weight I didn't name. Thought I had to fix the storm, thought I had to win the flame. But the water didn't answer to the version I had planned. It just kept reflecting sky till I softened where I stand. Glassspring veins running clear beneath the mind. No command, no cave, still water holding echoes of the parts I couldn't save. Buff wind passing through the pines, writing motion in the air. Every branch and root line turning like a land itself is aware. I don't push against the current, I don't name the state as wrong. Body shifts like weather systems, passing through and moving on. What returns is not perfection, what returns is something real. A quieter kind of strength that doesn't need to prove its steel. Glass spring veins running clear beneath the mind. No command, no demand to force a line. Glass spring veins, let the surface settle slow. If you stay, there's a deeper way to know. Somewhere under all the motion, there's a pattern that won't break. Not because it never falters, but because it learns to wake. Not every silence is empty, not every stillness is lost. Some spaces are just waiting for you to loosen the cost. I feel it in the low tide shift, in the breath I didn't chase, in the moment I stopped fixing and the world resumed its place. Glass spring veins running clear beneath the mind. No command, no demand to force a line. Glass spring veins, let the surface settle slow. If you stay, there's a deeper way to know. Dawn comes soft across the ridge, city far beyond the trees. I don't need to rush back yet, I can leave in clarity. The signal isn't louder, it's just easier to hear when the noise steps out of center and the line becomes more clear. Glass spring veins carry what I couldn't hold. Leave me lighter, leave me whole.
I used to think the current bent to whoever burned the brightest first, to whoever held the loudest hand, to whoever could outshout the hurt.
But the river never learned from force, and the signal never answered pride. It moved beneath the names we wore, waiting for the one who stayed aligned.
Temple light on the rain-wet stone, skyline breathing under dawn. Every step I ever thought was lost was only teaching what to stand upon.
The current recognizes not the crown, not the noise, not the hunger dressed as power, not the sharpness of the voice. The current recognizes what returns without disguise, what can hold the center open when the pressure fills the sky. I do not need to rule it, I become the shape it trusts.
seen a way to stand.
I have walked the low state weather. I have trained through fog and ache. I have learned the body can storm without the spirit having to break. I have watched the network breathing under fractures, under strain, and I know now what survives is what can head into light through pain. The current recognizes not the crown, not the noise, not the hunger dressed as power, not the sharpness of the voice. The current recognizes what returns without disguise, what can hold a center open when the pressure fills the sky. I do not need to rule it. I become the shape it trusts, and the deeper it runs through me, the more the false parts turn to dust.
No throne in the field, no false halo required. Only balance revisited, only breath rewired. Only the quiet law that does not have to shout. Only the line that stays when the rest burns out.
The city feels it in the real hum. The temple feels it in the stone. The team feels it in the widening that turns 5 currents into one.
Not because we crushed the distance, not because we conquered fear,
But because we kept returning till the signal opened clear. The current recognizes not the crown, not the noise, not the hunger dressed as power, not the sharpness of the voice. The current recognizes what returns without disguise, what can hold the center open when the pressure fills the sky. I do not need to rule it. I become the shape it trusts, and the deeper it runs through me, the more the false parts turn to dust. Recognize me,
not by name.
but by the way.
I keep the flame,
Recognize me,
not by force.
but by the steadiness of course.
The current,
The center,
the widening line,
the one who holds
without needing to define.
Morning looks the same from the mid-ring glass. Transit lines move, nothing breaks, nothing asks. Market rotation, early light on steel. No one names a thing I already feel. 3 points in the eastern grid line band. Flux reads stable to an untrained hand. Threshold set just under what alert. Someone knows exactly how the system works. Not loud, not wrong enough to show, not broken, just control below. Fracture City, running clean on borrowed calm. Fracture City, something moving under form. Fracture City, no alarms, no rising tone. Fracture City, but the pattern isn't home. Pattern isn't home. I ran the numbers through a silent pass, stripped the noise from the signal shave to match the line. 4.8 where 5.0 defines not error, not drift, not chance. This is shaped avoidance in advance. Someone tune the breathing of the grid, hide the things they never wanted seen. Not by breaking but by staying just beneath the line between detection and belief. Fracture City, running clean on borrowed calm. Fracture City, something moving under form. Fracture City, no alarms, no rising tone. Fracture City, but the pattern isn't home. I don't raise alarms without a frame. I don't name a threat without a shade. But this is precision without a phase. This is absence carved into a place. Blaster feels it in the morning line. Sora hears it when the currents misalign. Kayla knows it in the pressure hole. Orchid feels the note that's slightly cold. And I map it quiet, exact 3 points now. Expanding track, no panic, no wasted call. Just a line drawn through it all. Fracture City, running clean on borrowed calm. Fracture City, something moving under form. Fracture City, no alarms, no rising tone. Fracture City, but the pattern isn't home. If it rises, we will see. If it spreads, it won't be free. Because the system isn't blind, just patient in the way it finds what chooses not to show its face, that leaves a trace in hidden space. Fracture City, you can hide beneath the line. Fracture City, but you cannot erase design. Fracture City, every silence has a seam, and I am listening where the numbers stay too clean.
He was never only hunger, never only fang and fire, never only with the fright and name a beast when fear climbs higher.
Wolf first in the silhouette, crown held clean through every form. Eyes that learn the shape of mercy, standing calm inside the storm.
I used to think instinct was danger, something brutal, something blind. But there are older kinds of power that grow wider when aligned. Aetherwolf,
Crowned composite in the night,
not world breaking,
world bearing in the light.
Aetherwolf,
Every trusted line make flame,
grace and thunder,
still returning to one day.
Sora in the cooling current, moonwater ribbon through the fog. Aya in the falcon timing, lightning edge inside the jaw.
Kayla in the ember plating, guardian weight along the spine. Orchid in the prism veiling, dream step through the fractured line.
Not borrowed like theft, not worn like disguise, but called through the bonds that were forged under skies. Not losing the wolf, not fading the core, becoming more sovereign by becoming more. Hate the wolf. from fear, chains and ruin to thin end. There are wolves the world creates when no love can enter them. But this one learned constellation, this one learned the wider field. This one turned the trusted echoes into forms that do not yield.
Blaster in the center band, breath held low but vision high. Not commanding, not consuming, only meeting eye to eye. Hero beast in every bonded current, moving through one frame. Not alone, apex behavior, but a myth made clean by name. Aetherwolf, crown composite in the night.
Not world breaking,
World bearing in the light.
Aetherwolf,
Every trusted line made flame.
grace and thunder.
Still returning to one name.
When the city starts to fracture, when the no feels lose their tone, when the path is only weather and the center stands alone.
Call the current, call the memory, call the line that bonds us one.
Call the beast who learned the others and became more than one.
Through the fog and over stone. Not a throne, but something known. Wolf first, crown bright, spirit wide. All the trusted stars still burning in his stride.
Aetherwolf,
Crown composite in the night.
not world breaking,
World bearing in the light.
Aetherwolf,
Every trusted line made flame.
grace and thunder.
Still returning to one name.
The wolf, the crown, the forms that trust can raise. The fire made wider through remembered allied ways. The wolf, the line, the sovereign has to bear. Not the end of worlds, but the strength to hold them there.
There is a tone beneath the air. Not flux, not sound, but always there. It doesn't call, it doesn't press. It waits for quiet to express. I heard it first without a name. Felt it move before it came. In the chest, in the bone. Like something older than my own. They said it was imagination, just a mind that runs too far. But the pattern kept returning, like it knew exactly who we are. I am not dreaming, I am receiving something that was already true. I am not shaping, I am uncovering a signal moving through. Rootscript lines in the hollow stone, spiral paths I've always known. 5 signatures in the silent room, waiting not to speak but tune. Air and water moving slow, lightning sharp in measured flow. Fire and stone in a deeper binding, something prism through the mind. And at the center, the wider flame. Not one element but all the same. Not a metaphor, not a sign, but a place that exists outside of time. I am not dreaming, I am receiving something that was already true. I am not shaping, I am uncovering a signal moving through. Luna shifts beside the light, eyes reflect reflecting something bright. Not a creature bound to fall, more like a bridge between the storms. Every dream returns more clear, less like sleep and more like here. Less like fiction, less like guess, more like something asking yes. The world is slightly out of tune, most don't hear it in the room. Too much noise, too much demand, too much weight to understand. But when the quiet starts to grow, when the breath runs soft and low, the deeper frequency appears, like it's been waiting through the years. I am not dreaming, I am receiving something that was already true. I am not shaping, I am uncovering a signal moving through. There are paths beneath the known, not all maps are built or shown. Some are felt and slowly traced in the spaces time erased. Some are written into you before you choose what you will do. Before the city, before the name, before the body, learn the game. And when it calls, it doesn't shout, it doesn't force your answer out. It simply holds a steady tone until you recognize your own. I am not dreaming, I am receiving something that was already true. I am not shaping, I am uncovering a signal moving through. And if I follow, not control, not command, but listening whole, then maybe what I thought was mine was part of something more aligned. Not imagined, not designed, but discovered in the quiet mind.
Step in the ring, no crowd required. Pose already to know me for fire. Every motion mapped in the nervous system. Every strike returns before you miss it. Left hand loose, right hand precise. Spiral through pressure, cut it twice. Feet don't guess, they already know where the weight should land when the tempo flows. Not fast for show, not slow from fear. Every speed chosen, because the line is clear. Flux spiral, every element in frame. Air to fire, still returning to the same. Flux spiral, no waste emotion in the chain. Style is truth when the center stays the same. Flow through a breakbeat turn, wing chun snap with a pivot burn. Tai chi hold in a mid-spin pause, then explode clean with no loss. I don't fight the rhythm, I become the grid. Every beat a surface, every shift I did. Hands like signal, feet like code. Body reads the path before it's shown. Spinblade hum in a tight orbit lane. KCA touch makes a shift mid-plane. Tall control in a fingertip call. Angle change and it cuts through all. Flux spiral, every element in frame. Air to fire, still returning to the same. Flux spiral, no waste emotion in the chain. Style is truth when the center stays the same. No panic speed, no ego flash, no overreach, no sloppy clash. Just the cleanest version of the move, repeated till the body tells the truth. You can feel when the line gets tight, you can feel it when the strike lands right. Not because it hits, but how it lands, aligned from breath to hands. So I felt when the wind line shifts, higher timing in the micro split. Kalo weight in the grounded drive, orchid red in the unseen side. All of it present, none of it loud. Nothing forced, nothing proud. Flux spiral, every element in frame. Air to fire, still returning.
same, not meant to be, but stronger in the geometry.
Wind before the movement lands, storm spark cut in measured hands, stone fire holding what won't fall, prism hearing through it all.
At the center, not above, not a throne, but tested love. A line that held when the grid went dim, a spiral wide enough for all of them. 5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
City breathing through the frame.
5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
Different currents, one true name.
When the signal opens and the night gives back the sky, we don't close the distance.
We learn how to stand inside.
5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
All the fractures turn to form,
5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
held together through the storm.
Sora moves like dawn through rain, calm enough to soften pain. Aya reads the hidden seam, cuts the static from the stream. Kayla keeps the pressure true, builds from ash but still gets through. Orchid hears the deeper tone, finds the path beneath the known. Blaster holds the center band, open core and steady hands. Not because he never shook, but because he always took. One more breath, one more return, one more way to let it learn. 5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
City breathing through the frame.
5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
Different currents, one true name.
When the signal opens and the night gives back the sky, we don't close the distance.
We learn how to stand inside.
5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
All the fractures turn to form,
5 disciplines, 1 spiral.
held together through the storm.
The network doesn't answer force, it answers resonance. The center isn't on forever, it is touched through balance. The spiral doesn't close behind us, it widens as we move. Every return has made us larger, every bond has made us true. High rails singing under dawn, temple lights still burning on. Nova City in the glass, watching all the weather pass. Aetherwolf in the upper band, celestial turn